It's time for me to show you one of my favorite tricks, and that is using gels to add color to white fabric. And so what we're going to do here, Teresa has this amazing blue dress on, and so I want to complement that with a background that's also blue. Now you could use contrasting colors. I could use a red background or whatever I want, but I chose to go blue with blue just to keep the theme of bluey blue. And so the way this works is it's all about flagging the light, controlling the light with grids and things like that, and using gels. So let me first walk you through how I have things set up. So I have this beauty dish right here. It is my key light, and we are going to set that at about F10. And the light is, it's got a grid on it. So it's this guy right here. I've got this exact thing on my beauty dish, and that's going to restrict the light and make sure that it doesn't fall on the background or mess up any of the stuff that is below, like the floor or anything. So we're really controlling that light. The other thing we have, we're going to sort of dim the light so you can see this fabric back here. This is called tulle. You can get this at any fabric store. It's very inexpensive. It's about $1.80 per yard, something like that. I have 100 feet of this between two light stands, and we've just sort of strung it up here in random patterns and clamped it down with some A-clamps. So this is lit from the side. It's side lit. And so what we have is two lights. I'm going to go over here to this side and show you sort of what we've done. So we have a light over here. It's to the side. To make sure that this light isn't hitting Teresa or spilling on the floor, I have a flag. And so what this flag is doing, I can move this back and forth. You can see I can move this flag and make sure none of this light is hitting anywhere except on the fabric itself, so just on the tulle. And so that's what this is doing. So I have one of those on both sides, and then I also have a flag behind the light, and that is making sure that none of this light is hitting the background. So it's just a slice of light on the fabric. And then we have some gel. So I have some blue gel. I'll just stick that over the light. And you don't have to do anything fancy. You don't have to have any gel holders if you don't want. I just tape it on there, no big deal. And so you can see that we still are controlling that light. So we're seeing how that light is being controlled there. So I really want to keep that just on the fabric itself. And so I've got one on each side. So now when we go back to the main camera, you can see that that has turned from white to this beautiful blue color. And that's what we love about this. You can make this any color that you want because that, I'm going to steal your light. So that is gelled. So it can be red or green and blue or purple. Any color of gel that you can find, you can make that white turn into that color. The other thing I have over here is a separation light, and it's up here sort of high. In fact, I'll turn on the modeling light for that one. So right now that is turned off. Let me turn on the modeling light. There you go. So now you can see that we have this light that is hitting the back of Teresa's head and the side of her body. That's just going to help her stand out just a little bit from the background. So we've got a key light. We have a fill light with a flag to make sure none of this light is spilling into my camera lens. That's really what that's about. And then two lights illuminating the tulle fabric. So 1, 2, 3, 4 lights in this setup. Key light, a kicker light or fill light to the side, and then 2 background lights. That's how this works. Okay, now it's time to meter all of this stuff. So the key light, I want it to be bright enough to illuminate most of Teresa, but not so bright that it's throwing light way back in the background. So around F10 is what I've discovered works for this. So I'm going to turn on my light meter. And we've already set these lights in advance just to save some time. So what I'm going to do is on my light meter, I can select different groups. So my key light is group 1. My fill light back there is group 2, and the 2 background lights are group 3. So group 1, I'm going to meter that, and that meters right at F10. So we have an F10 set up. We have group 2, and we'll meter that. That meters at F7, and then group 3, I'll meter that and that's at 3.2. So what I can do here, though, is I'm going to use my exposure flash power notation and see what all that works, just to keep things consistent. And so let me go and do that really quickly. We'll go back over here. Here we go. Okay, so first, let me meter my first light. That's F10. I put that in memory, hit exposure, delta EV exposure. The second is 0.5, negative 0.5. That's the fill light. And then my background lights, I can meter those. That's negative 3. Negative 3. So, and if I meter both of them at the same time, it's negative 2. So you'll have to, it depends on the gel that you're using. So these background lights back here, right now I'm metering with this Lumisphere up and metering both lights at the same time, dead center, it's negative 2. But if I had a different color gel, maybe red or yellow, I might need to back that down a little bit. You'll have to season that to taste is what we want to do. So I have this at F10, and so what I'm going to do, because we really need a lot of space, and if I'm right next to the main camera, I will not be able to get all of Teresa in the shot. And so what I'm going to do here is, first of all, let me turn on all of my modeling lights. There they go. And then I want to take a shot with all the groups on, and I'm going to walk past the main camera. So I'm going to walk way back here, and I'm going to get really low so that we have sort of this powerful shot, Wonder Woman shot. I'll take that photo, and I love this shot. So I might be too low for this, but that's the shot that we get from this. I think it's just really powerful, really majestic, and I absolutely love it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this down by group. And so what I'll do is I'm going to change this, and I'm going to turn on just group 1, and I'm going to take a shot with just group 1, which is the key light. And then I'm going to turn on just group 2 and take a shot. Then I'm going to turn on just group 3 and take a shot. Then I'm going to turn on all the groups and take my final shot. Okay, now we're going to put those side by side so you can see what each one of these lights, each one of these are doing. So I will hit this, and there you have it. So the first image is the key light. The second image is that kicker fill light. The third is just the background lights, and then the fourth image is all of the lights combined. Now I love this fourth shot. I think it's just really a beautiful shot. And so what we're going to do here is, now that we have everything set up, you've seen everything done, we've shot our shots, it is now time for our last looks.